Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be exploring the Prologue area on the mission Noble Actual. So, Noble Actual, as we all know, is the cutscene mission, the very first mission of Halo Reach. And that's basically to introduce us to Noble 6 as well as Noble Team. And it starts off in this area where you see the Warthog driving down a road, and eventually they arrive at like a small UNSC base or outpost, and they, that's where you meet up with the rest of Noble Team. But this whole area, we never actually get to, play in this area. It's not a map or anything that like we can actually play in gameplay, whether campaign or multiplayer. So for this video, we'll be taking a look at what this whole area looks like and explore around. Now, before we get to today's video, I've got a quick message from our sponsor, Opera GX. If you're an FPS gamer on PC, then you definitely want to get the smoothest and most enjoyable experience while gaming. To do that, you'll need Opera GX, a web browser built for FPS gamers. This browser comes with GX Control, which lets you limit how much CPU and RAM your browser can use, so you can prevent lag and FPS drops. It also has a network limiter, so you can limit the amount of bandwidth it uses, unlike other browsers that use as much bandwidth as possible. This browser also has social media integration for services like Discord and Twitch, so you can chat and browse without needing to switch windows. It also has the GX Corner, which is your one-stop source for free games, game news, and much more. Now, there's one feature in particular I love the most. Have you ever been browsing at night or in the dark and suddenly a web page with a mostly white background pretty much flashbangs you? Well, now you don't have to worry about that anymore because Opera GX has a feature to force dark mode onto web pages. And finally, Opera GX is also available on mobile, so you can take this gaming browser with you on the go. So if you're a gamer that wants the best performance for your FPS games, then you should definitely give Opera GX a try. You can download it using my special link in the description below. Alright, so despite just being a quick cutscene mission, there actually is a lot to explore. So on this map, ignore the Space Banshee here and this other Warthog. Those are just for our exploration purposes later. But anyways, on this map, this is the very edge of it at the beginning. And this Warthog here, this Troop Hog, this is actually placed here. It's a scenery object. It's not an actual Warthog. It's only scenery. It's the Warthog that's used by Noble 6 at the very beginning, the one that he's riding on. It gets animated later on during the cutscene via, the scripts and everything. But it can be destroyed, but it's not an actual Warthog that we can drive, as in it's not a vehicle tag. So that's where that Warthog is placed by default. Now let's actually drive the path that Noble 6 and this Warthog drives on. During the cutscene, I believe it actually starts a little bit like later. Like I think it's like around here that we actually see the Warthog driving. So the section at the beginning, that part's I don't think that's actually ever driven, at least on camera. But it's actually a pretty long path to the outpost. Although the ground here in the middle-ish, it's not really solid, and you kind of do clip through the ground a little bit. There is a solid ground underneath, but the actual ground layer is not solid, at least until we get back to the base. So we've arrived at the base. It has 3 mobile trailers here, and we can actually explore around. So these 2 other trailers, they are not open. They're just they're closed, so we can't go inside. So that's we can't see what's in them, but I don't think there's anything in them. But we can only go inside the one that Noble 6 actually goes into. Now the steps are not solid, they're fake. So we have to make our way inside by jumping in. And this is the interior of the little trailer that we see Noble 6 walk into at the beginning. Now everything that we're used to seeing, like the table, computer, Carter, and all the Noble team there, those aren't spawned in by default. They're actually spawned in during the cutscene. So that's why you don't see them here, because this map I'm showing you now, it's just the base map without any scripts or anything. It's just by default, this is exactly what's on the map with nothing spawned in. So the rest of this map, it's pretty much just scenery objects everywhere. The crates here, the tops can be knocked off, and all these trucks, I think there's like 3 or 4 trucks around here. They can be blown up, but you can't drive them or anything, and they can't move around either. I think they're also just scenery objects, so that's why when I blow them up, they get stuck in place, just like the Warthog at the beginning. And for the rest of our exploration, we're going to use the Space Banshee to fly around the entire map. It's actually a really huge map, despite only being only certain sections of it being used for cutscenes. So it's pretty cool, actually, that it's so huge. And there's some interesting like backgrounds in the distance, like some skybox backgrounds that I don't think are ever used, but they are there. Yeah, so obviously we're using the Space Banshee here because it's the fastest air vehicle. It doesn't, it does have boost and does make us go faster, but the boost doesn't run out like in a couple seconds like the regular Banshee does. So that's why the Space Banshee is best for flying around in a huge open area. Plus, I just think the Space Banshee looks really cool too. So yeah, deal with it. But yeah, so that's basically the entire map. There's a lot of like huge mountain ranges, a lot of open fields that are solid as well, that we never actually get to see on camera. So it's actually pretty cool to be seeing the entire map. That's how it is with a lot of like cutscene only areas in Bungie's Halo games, and probably even 343's Halo games. There's actually like a lot of like extra detail off camera that they added that we don't actually get to see on camera. So it's really cool to be seeing all those extra details now. I mean, you know, there's nothing like any like secret hidden out here that I can tell so far, but still, it's nice to see what they all worked on, what they made that never actually gets fully used or fully utilized. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is the entire prologue area on the Mission Noble Actual. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting. If you did enjoy it, then as always, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you guys want to check out look into, just let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with our latest videos. And I will see you all next time. Bye guys!